tax, gun and ammunition tax, new income tax brackets, a delivery tax. This would hit you if you ordered things on Amazon, Uber Eats, UPS, FedEx, etc. Investment income tax, event tax, concert tax, storage facility tax, gym membership tax, dog walking tax, dog grooming tax, counseling tax. Got to catch my breath. Digital personal property tax, new car taxes and highway use fees, increase in the hotel tax here in Arlington, statewide speed cameras. Now, those aren't taxes, but drivers would pay more fines if that went through. A dry cleaning tax, concert tax, home repair tax, and a vehicle repair tax.
Let's talk about it. Bruh, Virginia, back when I was living back in Virginia, mid-90s, early 90s, I want to say. Man, oh man. I used to love Virginia, and at that time I lived in Woodbridge, Virginia, and I had a great time, but it was wild back then. But as I got older, starting to realize how hard it was in Virginia. It's always been kind of hard to make it in Virginia. You always had to know somebody that knew somebody to get a really good paying job so you can afford to buy something of your own. Shoot, you know what I mean? Taxes was always an issue. Man, I don't know, but even in the 90s, when I was 18 on 20, had my own put, taxes were terrible. It was one of the worst freaking things. Overtime, man, not even construction workers did overtime. And if you did overtime, it didn't really freaking matter. Why? Because they just taxed you a whole lot more. While living in Texas, it's a whole lot different. You know what I mean? Living in Texas, I don't get taxed that much at all. I mean, well, compared to Virginia. I think people here complain about the tax, but man, compared to Virginia, Texas is easy money. You know what I mean? Easy money. But now, I still got family over there. My dad's over there, my sister, my cousin, his family's over there. And my cousin was talking about he want to move to Texas, and I'm like, please do, because his boy is about the same age as my oldest, and I would love that for my son, man, to be around those boys. That would be so awesome, and everything else. Oh, getting a message, something like that, I don't know. But and my sister, she been talking about wanting to move out of Virginia, but man, I keep telling her, move. You be better off if you dang on move, but we shall see when it comes to that. But man, as soon as I got in the Army and got stationed in Texas, woo! But what's funny is I brought my new wife that I met in El Paso. After I got in the Army, we went to go back to live. She was real open-minded, you know. She came with me to Virginia. Cause I'm like, all right, let's go back to Virginia. I know maybe I can give me a government job. Cause I got a secret clearance, you know, cause I was infantry and all that. Bruh. Couldn't do it, bruh. I remember the first day, I was like, how'd you spend $75? Bruh, at Walmart. I remember, this was 2015, y'all. 2016. Bruh. Even she was like, babe, I ain't got 3 goddamn things. I'm like, damn. I freaking forgot how expensive it is here in Virginia, man. It's like, shit. I'm like, heck, man. Then I actually found me a nice little county job, you know, working for Prince William County, and I thought I made it, dude. I'm like, all right, from here to see, go on like that. Bruh, more taxes. I'm paying county tax, state tax, city tax. I'm paying the county 401k tax. Bruh, taxes that I never even knew existed. And I'm like, nah. And don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. The job was freaking awesome. It was an awesome gig. I ain't mad about it. It was easy money. I picked up mail from the post office. I'll go deliver it, work in my warehouse a little while. I actually made decent money per hour. But like I said, the taxes destroyed the goddamn on paycheck. Now, if I would have gotten, via disability back then, it would have probably been a little bit different. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't get it at that time. But man, oh man, guys. Dude, me and my wife, we had it out, moved her back to El Paso within one night. Then a week or two later, I drove from Fredericksburg, Virginia, back down to dang on freaking El Paso, Texas. Man, and the traffic. But anyways, man, come on, Virginia. Woo! And now those taxes, bro. My dad told me how bad it got. I keep trying to tell him, get the heck out of Virginia, Dad. Bruh, all you gotta do, Pop, hey, sell the house. You, Teresa, go get an RV or something. That's it. You pay less money to save money. You can travel. We got more time to stop. It's what people do at your age. Stop trying to save a hole and say hey, everybody's kids and stuff. Come on, Pop. I get it, that's the house that you build and man, sell that goddamn thing. Sell it. Bruh. And I'm like, bruh, and this new government talking about tax and everything, bruh. If you wanna, hey, I wanna finally lose weight, guess what? In Virginia, you can't do that because you're gonna get too damn taxed too much. And I wonder, what's the percentage of the taxes that they're gonna tax people to even go to a gym, bro? To buy a used car. Used car tax? Ninja. Kiss my booty, we call it that crap, bruh. Hove is here. The homeboy Hove is here. Bruh. I am surprised about Jay-Z. Actually, I don't know why I am surprised about Jay-Z. I mean, the fool done took his own brother. So what the hell am I to be surprised about that if he's allegedly a pedophile? Allegedly. Now, I definitely haven't read nothing. I'm going off of what I've been listening to on the social media. So that's what I'm gonna say. Allegedly. I'm hoping for the best, but it ain't looking so great, for Hov. And what makes it real suspect is how he got rid of his was it his ex or his Instagram, one of the two. And it's like, brother, why'd you do that, dog? Now you making yourself seem real suspicious. But yeah, he still has his blue check. So, I mean, that's there. But I always find it funny how we people, as regular common folk, how we find, people in the public eye, we're so surprised when supposedly it isn't something so horrible, I don't know why that is, but man, I honestly, I hope it's not. I always was a fan of Hov ever since back in the day, you know what I mean? So ever since the blueprint, and all that, so I'm hoping for the best, and evidently Beyonce is supposed to be on there also. But you know what I found funny? I found real fun suspicious. Donald Trump name on there a couple of times. I mean, a few times, like a couple of hundred. And the thing about it is, like, if you look at his part, right, they're all tip lines. Why would someone call it the tip line if you've been molested by somebody? That's insane. Like, who does that? And if that is so true, and if that's true, and that person was a victim, How come Biden didn't bring it up in 2020 and didn't put charges on him? I mean, he did everything else. He threw everything at Donald Trump there for the kitchen sink, bro. He gave Donald Trump hell for 4 years. How come he didn't release nothing? And it's funny, when the tip line came in, it was during the elections of the 2020 elections. Like, come, bruh, I really do believe Democrats are the scum of the earth. Don't get me wrong. I don't think nowadays Republicans ain't much better. Okay, so for all the liberal listeners, I definitely want to say that. I don't think Republicans are that much better. I think they're a little bit better, sure. But ain't by that much. You know what I mean? Because they really did care about Americans in America, guess what? They wouldn't also put freaking, cap or overtime tax at 12,000. Come on, Republicans. And plus, they ain't do jack shit. They're still running off the shit of what freaking Trump is doing and arresting nobody. Come on. Help us make that make sense so we can vote in midterm elections. Because, bruh, it's messed up, But I'm proud of Donald Trump regardless. I voted for the man. I got no regrets. I'm glad he has no true ties to the island. Island boys! But, yeah, man. But, I wish you and Beyonce the best. You know what I mean? But also, find out that they blacked out some names that wasn't even freaking even victims, attorneys and attorney generals and shit. Like, whoa, bitch, nah, bitch, nah. Unredact those some guns, dog. We want to know the goddamn old names. So we all know, liberal, conservative, in between. We already know y'all ain't gonna do shit. So we ain't gonna do shit. So go ahead and unredact it, bro. You ain't gonna do nothing. It'd be for real, right?